Howdy folks, it's me again, back with another video, and as the title says, this is about my life in gaming, what I grew up playing, this kind of stuff. A lot of you've probably already done these kind of videos before, I've probably seen a few of them, I can't remember. So if you want to do a video response in any way to this, and about your life in gaming, where you started from, what you started playing, what you grew up with. So anyway, I shall start off with one of my earliest memories. But obviously I was born in '78, so I probably didn't start playing games until mid-80s to the late 80s, and that would have been a Commodore 64. That's probably one of my earliest memories of my family owning any kind of computer or console. And one of the games, probably the only game I remember playing on it, was Dragon's Lair. That's the only kind of thing I can remember. I've got a vivid memory of being ill and sitting on a couch, and my mum, dad and uncle tried to load Dragon's Lair, and they were playing it on the TV. I was sitting, I don't have good memories of it because I must have had flu or something like that, because I felt awful. But all I remember is them playing that, and obviously when you're ill and you remember, you think back to things, you don't have good memories of being ill. So obviously I don't have good memories of Dragon's Lair, even though it's a really good game. But other than that, for the Commodore 64, I do not remember anything at all. All I remember is trying to load games and sitting wondering if it was going to come on or not. I was like, is this actually working? Is it just sitting there doing bugger all? But yeah, as I say, that was probably one of my first memories, other than maybe my cousins owning an Atari 2600. That was probably around about the same time. We never had an Atari 2600, that was my cousins, they had that. So I remember playing Donkey Kong on that, and Pong, obviously either side the screen, blah blah blah, the little lines. I thought that was amazing back then, but it's good fun, simple good fun. Sometimes those games are the best kind of games because you don't really need to use your brain so much. So yeah, I remember playing that at my cousin's house, and they had now the little handheld things. It was a rip-off of Pac-Man. It was like Munchman. If you look it up, Munchman. It's a yellow kind of round circular shape, like a kind of dome, and then you get the screen in the front, and obviously you play it. It's thing out. I remember playing that at their house as well. That was awesome. Me getting all of that. I'm sure they had Donkey Kong as well on the Tommy. I think it was Tommy that did it. Tommytronic. That was cool. I have memories of that. But after that, after the Commodore 64, I remember having a Tommytronic handheld myself. It was called Tommy Alien Attack. Obviously it wasn't a console or anything, it was just a one game that you played on the little handheld thing. If you look it up, Tommytronic's Alien Attack, it was awesome. I used to remember sitting under it was like, you know, those films you saw with the young kids growing up in their cool room with all their Star Wars posters and shit all about the room. They're playing these games, all the 80s films. It was kind of like that. Late at night I'd sit under my bed and you'd have the LED screen or whatever the hell it was, and it was just vivid colours, and I'd sit and play that, and yeah, that was probably one of my earliest things as well. That was pretty cool to play. But after that, probably heading into the late 80s, my little brother got a Master System for Christmas. probably around about late 80s, maybe early 90s actually, maybe 90 something like that. So he had that. And I didn't have any consoles around at the time, so we used to buy games for it. So if mum, if it was one of her birthdays or something like that, or Christmas time, come round, we would get games for it. So we kind of shared it in a way, even though it was his console. But well, I've got my iPad here to refer to for games, because my memory's shocking at remembering things off the bat. But a few games that I remember playing, probably the first one obviously it was on the console, it was Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I remember playing that all the time because it was only one of the games I had, the only game I had at the time. But I remember that little punchy dude. You used to punch the blocks and break the blocks, and you get a weapon, and you get a fire weapon that's go shoot through all the blocks and things like that. So the first level, it was basically, it wasn't like Sonic, you could consistently go scroll to the right. Horizontal platform game, whatever you call it. It was getting down at first. You would get down the level, get down the bottom, and then eventually you would fall into the water, and then you'd start swimming. You were like a little mermaid. Well, you weren't a mermaid, but it looked like a mermaid. It was like a thingy, but you'd punch the fish and all that kind of stuff. And then you'd slowly scroll across the screen. It would start with a horizontal kind of platform or something. I remember that. But each time you got to the end of the level, you had to fight a boss guy. Most of you probably know this because you probably played it, but if you haven't, you would have to beat the boss guy at rock, paper, scissors. So that it wasn't the greatest, because obviously you got to a boss guy, you kind of want to fight and things like that, but it was like kind of random. Well, it was actually a pattern, you'd think it'd be the same all the time. Like each boss would be the same. So say he did rock, we'd do that each time you fought him. So if you didn't beat him the first time, you could write it down on a piece of paper. I remember we used to write it down, right, we've got to do scissors this time, paper the next time, blah blah blah, and then eventually we'd get through all the levels. I think you could go on a bike at one time, you jump over it was like little red circles, little minstrels we used to call them. That thing, not minstrels, what are those red cough sweets? Shit. I can't remember, they looked like them. You'd get into a shop at the beginning of the level, you'd buy a bike, come out, and then you'd start going on the bike, and you'd have to jump over these like red little strepsils, that's what you call them, strepsils. We used to call them that. Yeah, that's probably one of my first memories of the Master System, playing that. We played all the Wonder Boy games. Wonder Boy, the Monster World was the best one. I loved that. It was an awesome game. I don't think I ever completed it, but that was one of my favourite Master System games. Played that quite often. Dragon's Trap, I wasn't so fond of that. It was alright, but the graphics were slightly better, but it wasn't my kind of game. It was basically the same game, but not just as good for me, you know. Scrolling through these, we had R-Type. Actually, my brother Stephen had a Master System before my brother Scott. He stayed with my grandpa, my gran and grandpa, and they bought him a Master System. Actually, I forgot about that. And he had R-Type and Shinobi, and my granddad used to play it because he'd just retired at the time. This is late 80s, so he used to play them, and he was maybe in his 60s at the time, and he would figure out the pattern how to beat it, and he completed both R-Type and Shinobi, and none of us could do it. He was absolutely amazing at it. So he must have sat down and he must have been really good at memorising where the bad guys have come, and Shinobi obviously ducking and chucking your ninja stars and all that kind of shit. But he was awesome at it. Shinobi's quite a hard game. R-Type too, it's a really hard game, but I love the music in R-Type. I thought it was awesome, just to start. Like, I can't even do it now, it's an awesome game, both of them. If you haven't played either of them, I would recommend them. We did play Golden Axe. Hack and slash game, just going like side scroller to beat 'em up, whatever you call them these days. But that was alright. I wasn't that much of a fan of that. But my brother, he liked it. The Golden Axe. Then you'd an RPG type of Zelda, Golden Axe Warrior. We had that. It was basically just like Zelda for the NES type of thing. It's a really hard game to find these days, I think. It's quite expensive. But my brother Scott, he used to play it. I didn't like RPGs. I just couldn't. Just I don't know. Didn't float my boat. It's still don't RPGs now. I don't know why, because I think it's just too much dialogue in them at times. Like talking, like, oh come on, get on it. Fuck's sake, I want to play the game. But anyway, other games I had for it. Castle Illusion, had that. That was really fun. Played that. Music on that's awesome. I enjoyed that. Psycho Fox is an amazing platformer. If you've not played that, that's cool. You can change it into a hippo, the fox, obviously, a tiger or something like that. What's the other one? So they'll do different things. One's faster, obviously, and one's can punch. The hippo can punch through things that the others can't. That's kind of cool wee game. Obviously, Sonic games, we did have them. I wasn't good at Sonic, it was too fast for me. Rastan, one of my favourite games. Awesome, really hard though, could not do it at all. Music, amazing, one of my favourite games for music, that and R-Type. Couldn't recommend those highly enough, but they're really hard. Other ones looking through here. I think. Don't want to get through too many because I'll be here all day, but those are the ones that come to mind anyway, and the ones I can see here. I'm probably missing out a lot, but I used to play Kick-Off, the football game. I was into sports game when I was young. I used to play Kick-Off all the time. I used to play it with my pals. Actually, swapped a Master System from my mate's Spectrum one time. Because he loved Kick-Off, and he had like Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager or something. I wanted to play that, so I did have some experience playing a Spectrum for a little while, so that's how I got a Spectrum. Got one of that. I used to remember carrying his monitor over to my house from his house. All I had to do was like take a lightweight Master System to his. But yeah, good memories with the Master System. But after that, one Christmas, myself, my other two brothers got an Amiga 600. My brother, who stayed with my grandpa, already had an Amiga 500, so we used to go over to his all the time and play it. And every Saturday, I'd look forward to every Saturday going over to his house because he's an Amiga 500 and playing all the games on it. I used to play Striker all the time. Made Space Crusade, Hero Quest, Super Frog. He used to pirate all the games, he didn't buy them. Just go and he'd have those boxes, discs, give through them all, and so many games, it was freaking awesome. But there was tons and tons, but a year or two after him, we got an Amiga. So obviously we had our own games. I used to play Championship Manager Italia on it all the time. As I say, I was into football games a lot of the time. I would just play that. And what else? Space Crusade. Oh, XCOM, as I said in my previous video, I played that all the time. Going through these. Defender of the Crown, that was a cool wee game. It was like you start with the map England, and you'd have your own part of the country. You were like a king, and there's all different kings across the country, and you'd have to take over land and slowly beat them. And you would, oh sorry, my knees are freaking, my legs are going numb again. You would have to fight them, and I think you would destroy their castle. You'd have a catapult, destroy their castle first. You have to break it down. You have to push the mouse button to chuck the rocks with the catapult. And as soon as you broke down their castle, you had a sword fight. And that thing, like, can't remember how you did it, but it was pretty simple. And then you get in, I think you rescue a princess or something. Can't remember now. But that was quite a fun game, Defender of the Crown. Another World, see, watching the intro to that, oh my god, that was amazing. Just the music, just that, so atmospheric. It was, but again, wasn't very good at it. Chaos Engine, amazing game. Used to play that. That's quite hard as well. Monkey Islands. I used to watch my brothers playing them. I didn't play them so much, but I played that. Rainbow Islands games. They were quite good. Sensible World of Soccer. Used to play that all the time. As I say again, big sports fan back in the day. Used to play it, play the league mode and all different things. Get my mates over, have competitions. That was great fun. R-Type, had R-Type in Amiga as well. Dune, my brothers used to play Dune. Frontier Elite, we used to play that as well. Scott, my brother, he was a massive fan of it, he used to play that. Flashback, that's like setting on in another world, that was really impressive as well. Loved that. Cannon Fodder, another one from the Sensible Soccer guys. Not Bitmap Brothers. Bitmap Brothers was Speedball 2 and Chaos Engine. Bitmap Brothers are brilliant. That was one of my favourite producers of games. As I say, Speedball 2, that's probably one of my most favourite games of all time. Used to play that all the bloody time. Brutal Deluxe. Used to have to take them from one division up to the next. Used to buy all the guys. I remember one guy called Gaz.